3. Ways of thinking. Important skills, techniques, and ways of thinking that people use in New Atlantis. Disclaimer: I know that many of you already think this way, but in the future, these are the standards that everyone lives by. Number 1. Never doubt yourself. If you do, tell yourself the following things. If you start thinking negatively, namely having doubts, think immediately to cancel that thought and tell yourself that you will think the reciprocal thought. For example, if you say to yourself, I can't do that, think immediately, actually the opposite of that, and yes, I can. Tell yourself why you can instead and try to reinforce it. Think of all the ways how you can do that or how you can start doing that. The reason for this is that people are much more productive in the future and don't have time to walk around thinking that they can't do this or that. Number 2. Nobody thinks badly of themselves ever. Everybody thinks they're perfect because what they strive for is the ideal of perfection in this world. Everybody strives to perfect their mind and body. The reason why they think they're perfect is because in doing this, they have told themselves what to aspire to at every moment, and the thought is already in their head to be determined to fit that ideal image. Number 3. If people thought bad about themselves, they run the risk of being teased for their every insecurity. People have learned to be very careful about their negative thinking. Number 4. People noticed that when they told themselves that they can do something, they immediately started thinking in the way in which they could, forming a self-fulfilling prophecy which can be very powerful. Number 5. These tools are all forms of prayer. It helps a lot if you attribute the success of your new ability to God and believe that the power came from Him. This will only work if you asked Him, or when you said, I can, that it was through His will. The stronger that you believe in His power, the more effective the prayer or affirmation, some call it a confession, will be. As soon as you start doubting, the power will weaken. Number 6. People in New Atlantis are striving towards the perfection in which all things are possible, with prayer, using the mind in powerful thinking through faith. One philosophy that everyone lives by is ask and you shall receive. All things are possible. Number 7. In the future, it is a common courtesy to think positively for others. People make positive affirmations for others. For example, someone would say about another person, you have a great mind and you never lie. In conclusion, productivity in the future is up 86%, and people are a lot more positive and optimistic about their circumstances when they remember these tools and tips.